There's a voice we've all heard, the soft, tempting voice of laziness. It tells us, rest a little longer, do it tomorrow. You deserve a break. And yes, rest has its place, but laziness, it's different. It doesn't just steal minutes, it steals futures. It steals dreams. This is a story about that price, a price most people never see, until it's too late. Listen carefully, because if you've ever dreamed of more, this story is for you. Small, bustling town lived a young man named Soren. Simple name, simple boy, but inside his chest lived the same fire that burns in every dreamer. Soren wanted greatness. He wanted success. He wanted to make his mark on the world. But there was one problem, a problem bigger than poverty, bigger than lack of opportunity. Soren was lazy. Not the I'll sleep in once a week kind of lazy, but the slow creeping kind, the kind that whispers, you'll start tomorrow. And tomorrow never came. When Soren was a teenager, he dreamed of becoming an architect. He loved sketching buildings, imagining towers that touched the sky. Teachers told him, you have talent. Friends said, you're different. But every time Soren sat down to study, distraction arrived. A nap, a game, another excuse. Assignments were rushed, projects half finished, dreams delayed. At first nobody noticed. After all, he was still young. He still had time, or so it seemed. Years passed. Soren got a job at a small office. The pay was enough for food, rent, and the occasional night out. Life was uncomfortable, and comfort can be dangerous, because comfort makes you forget your hunger. Comfort makes you believe mediocrity is enough. Soren still talked about his dreams. Someday I'll design my own buildings. Someday I'll start my own company. But someday is the favorite word of the lazy. It keeps the dream alive, while slowly killing it. One evening, Soren ran into an old friend. Her name was Selena. Back in school, she was average. No one expected much from her. But Selena had worked, day and night. Slowly, consistently, relentlessly. Now she stood before Soren, confident and successful. She had just launched her second business. People admired her. Doors opened for her. Soren smiled and congratulated her. But inside, he felt a sting. That night, he lay awake, asking himself, why not me? Why am I still stuck? The answer was simple, but painful. Laziness. See, laziness doesn't send bills in the mail. It doesn't knock on your door. But every day you give in to it, you're borrowing against your own future. And the debt grows silently. Opportunities missed, skills wasted, connections lost. Until one day, the bill arrives, and it's always higher than you imagined. Soren was about to learn this truth. One morning, Soren's boss called him into the office. There was a big promotion coming up, a chance to lead a new project, a chance to finally rise. Soren's heart raced. This was it, the opportunity he'd been waiting for. But then came the words that cut like a knife. Soren, we've decided to give the role to someone else. Soren froze. Why? The boss sighed. You're talented, Soren, but talent isn't enough. We've seen a pattern. You're always late. You miss details. You don't push yourself. We need someone we can depend on. And just like that, the door closed. Soren walked home that night under the dim streetlights. For the first time, the truth hit him. It wasn't bad luck. It wasn't fate. It wasn't someone else's fault. It was him, his laziness, his excuses, his wasted hours, and the hidden price. It was his dream, slipping away. He thought about all the tomorrows he had wasted, all the times he had said, I'll start later. Each one had built a wall, and now that wall stood between him and the life he wanted. Lost in thought, Soren sat on a park bench. An old man approached and sat beside him, his face lined with years of wisdom. The man glanced at Soren's slouched posture and said quietly, Son, the heaviest chains in life are the ones you don't feel until it's too late. Laziness is one of them. Soren looked at him surprised. The man continued, You think laziness is harmless? But it robs you silently. First your time, then your confidence, then your dreams. Until one day you wake up and realize life has passed you by. Soren whispered, But how do I stop? The man smiled gently. By starting. By moving one step, then another. Success isn't built in a day, but it is built every day. And with that, the man stood and walked away. Soren never saw him again. The next morning, Soren woke with a new fire. For the first time in years, he refused the whisper of laziness. He worked on his skills. He stayed late at the office. He studied architecture again at night. It wasn't easy. Every day was a battle, but this time, he fought, and slowly things began to change. People noticed his effort. Small opportunities appeared. His confidence returned. For the first time, Soren felt alive. Years later, a chance came again. A major project, high stakes, big responsibility. This time, Soren was ready. Not because he was the smartest, not because he was the most talented, but because he had built discipline, day after day, brick by brick. And when the project succeeded, Soren finally tasted the life he had dreamed of. Not because laziness disappeared, but because he had learned to silence it. Soren's story is not unique. It's the story of millions. Maybe it's even your story. The truth is simple. Talent means nothing without discipline. Dreams mean nothing without action. And laziness? It's the thief of greatness. But here's the good news. It's never too late to fight back. Never too late to take one small step. Because success is not about giant leaps. It's about small choices, made daily, relentlessly. So remember this. Every time you choose laziness, you're making a silent trade, trading your future for a moment of comfort. But every time you choose action, you're investing in yourself, and the returns compound. Soren paid the price for his laziness, but he also proved it's never too late to change. Now it's your turn. Your dream is waiting. Don't let laziness steal it. If this story reached you, then you already know the truth. Success isn't just about discipline. It's about freeing your mind from what holds you back. The weight of fear, the grip of doubt, the past you keep carrying. It's time to release it, because only when you let go can you rise. Click the video on your screen now. Learn to let go, a short story that will free your mind. Your next step begins there, and the time is now.